Okay, so right now what we're going to do is look at the ways that you can deliver content. Now, I think one of the most important things to recognize here is what your strength is. Now, for me, my strength is doing live feeds. I can just switch on that camera, bang, and I go straight into delivery mode. I don't feel nervous about it. I feel quite comfortable about it. I've got enough ideas in my brain about the subject that I'm going into. When it comes on to you knowing what your content is going to be, when you come on to planning your content, it makes life a lot easier rather than coming on and thinking, I don't really clearly know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know how I'm going to deliver it. I don't know how I'm going to fall into it. So for me, live feed is like, I know the headline. I know how I introduce it. I know how I do the intro. I know how I build up the story. I know how I create the interest, desire, and maybe action if there is at the end of it. You might be quite good on video, okay? You might be quite good at writing. But I would say that if you are not great at one of them, don't make it your primary way to deliver. Learn to get better at it. So if you're not great at videos, I feel like videos are the most impactful thing you can do. If you're not great at it, the only way you get great at it is by doing more of it. It's like when you learn to ride a bike. You don't necessarily know how to ride a bike, but you keep riding your bike till you get it. So I'm going to go through the pros and the cons. Well, really, there's no cons here, but I'm just going to go through the pros of each one. So the live is a great way to be able to deliver content because what it does is Facebook especially recognize it and it boosts it up the algorithm. So the more frequent you can be with your lives, the better. And I would actually recommend that your shows are live. Okay, this is a great way to bring audiences in. Remember the EastEnders effect. Bringing people in, they know I'm on at 5:30, they come on, they watch me live, or they let me know that they're watching back. And just by doing that and having done that for 4 or 5 years, it's really helped me to boost my organic views from like 10 to 20 to like 2 to 3,000 and beyond. So I think that's what's really important is to understand the benefits of the live, connecting it with the EastEnders approach and mindset. Pre-recorded. Now, pre-recorded, I am not as good as lives, okay? I actually have to stop and I stumble and I start and I just don't flow as well as I do live. Maybe it's being under the pressure that I can handle better. But pre-recorded are great because what it allows you to do is be able to create videos recorded and be able to schedule those videos for later on in the week or for the following week or when you go on holiday or if you're busy in meetings and doing coaching sessions. You can have a period of time, and I'll talk about how you plan in and factor in time to plan your content for later on. So if you are got coaching all day and you're coaching 5 different clients today and you're struggling to know when to put up your content, you could create pre-recorded videos and then schedule it out to your social media. So you've been very concurrent and you're forward thinking and being on top of your game. And as well as delivering for your client, you're still auditioning for other people. Copy. Simple. Not everyone is great at copy. I, being one of them, I'm a nightmare when it comes to proofreading, but make sure that you do proofread. Make sure if you don't like proofreading, get somebody else to proofread. For me, copy doesn't feature as a regular format within my content. If I feel suddenly motivated or emotionally engaged with the subject, I tend to sometimes just get these like snaps of like creativity. And I start going in deep and I start becoming deep and meaningful with a great picture or a meme to go with it. And I think it has its place. So using copy, you could, in theory, have maybe an article that you do or a newsletter that you put out once a week, and that could be your copy form. But I would recommend doing your shows as video and maybe having a section or an article or a newsletter via copy. Stories. Now stories are great because stories show your personality. They show a little bit more about you. They show you your values, your character, your principles, what you get up to behind the scenes. I always think there's a big benefit, advantage when you're happy and willing to share what's behind the scenes. Struggles, vulnerabilities, real life scenarios, what you're doing. It's a great way to be able to document what you're doing. People will really invest in you when they learn a little bit more about you. Before I go into podcast, I'm just going to talk about vlogs. Now, I'm doing a vlog currently as I'm filming this course, and I'm doing it for a whole year. And it's really a commitment for myself, but it's to help me show up. And the vlog really is called Access All Areas, and allow guys to be able to watch what I get up to, watch what I'm doing, introduce some of the mindsets that's going on, watch what some of the routines are happening behind the doors, watching the journey, documenting the journey for these men. And it's a really great way to be able to break down some skeptical barriers of people watching. So everyone that comes through my challenge, everyone that leads, that comes through, I always invite them to follow, and they can kind of see a little bit behind the scenes. And they're kind of like, this guy's just a normal guy. There's nothing dodgy about this guy. And obviously when we're auditioning to people, that's the first thing we get with a lot of people, is skeptics. Is this guy legit? Is this guy not legit? Remember, we're auditioning. And a great way to do that is through the vlog and the stories. Okay, podcast. Another great way to be able to deliver content. And so simple as well. There's easy ways to be able to do it. You can go onto YouTube, you go to Pat Flynn, tutorials to set up your podcast. It took me about 3 hours. And then it took a long time to try and upload them all. But when you do it and you do it and you do it and do it, it doesn't take long. And actually, all of your live shows that you do, you can extract the audio and upload that onto your podcast. So you have a regular feed of audio content as well as visual and copy. Reels are a great way to be able to engage with your clients. I find Reels really bring in a lot of followers on Instagram, but you also get a lot of views on there as well, because it's short and it's snappy and it's sharp, and you can tell a story through it as well. You can give a little bit of your values and personalities through those Reels. So these are really the main ways to be able to deliver to your audience. And I think you have to look at them and go, okay, what is my priority? All right, so my priority is always lives. And then it's pretty much copy. Okay, so I dive between these two, and like the vlog every day, and these just naturally happen. My team do this, if you get a team to do it. So if you do this, you can do this, and then your vlog becomes part of your a natural part of your content cycle. But I think when you're starting from the very basic and the very beginner, just choose one. Choose one that you're going to nail. And nail it for your first 4 to 8 weeks, okay, on the content system that I'm going to teach you. And once you get familiar and comfortable with that, then start introducing maybe another form so it complements it. And that's where it comes under that secondary content that I talk about. And I'll be talking more about that in the module. But to start with, for your primary content delivery, what form, what way are you going to deliver? I would recommend that. Okay, because that gives you the most engagement, it gives you the EastEnders, it gives you the consistency, it gives you the expectation of the client with the EastEnders feel or vibe. I know when he's going to be on, or I know when she's going to be on, I know what days, I know when to expect her. You can really build up that engagement with your audience. All right, guys, so go away, go and choose what's going to be your primary role, your primary way to deliver, okay, and make that decision and go all in on it.